Do you regret anything that you did during this period? Do you regret not speaking out? Do you regret not advising your boss to temper his comments? Do you regret not opposing the censorship? Do you regret it? You're in a position of tremendous influence.
I do not believe censorship took place, sir.
You don't believe censorship took place?
I do not.
What world are you living in? Tell that to the scientists who basically lost their credentials. Tell that to the people who were kicked off of social media and banned because they asked about a lab leak. You don't believe censorship took place? The privilege is astounding. You were the chief of staff at the NIH pushing these conspiracies, pushing the effort to shut down Americans, and now you have the gall to sit here and say censorship never took place. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Hey guys, welcome back to Capitol Insights. Today we're diving into an absolutely explosive Senate hearing that's got everyone talking. Senator Josh Hawley just grilled a former NIH official about the COVID-19 lab leak theory, and trust me, you won't believe what went down. So, here's the deal. Senator Hawley was questioning Dr. Wan, who used to be Francis Collins's right-hand woman at the NIH. Now, Hawley came out swinging, accusing the NIH of trying to squash the lab leak theory from the get-go, but here's where it gets juicy. Hawley brought up this paper called Proximal Origin. It basically said there's no way COVID-19 came from a lab. But get this, Hawley claims the NIH was pulling strings behind the scenes to make sure that's what the paper said. Talk about a conflict of interest. Now Hawley dropped a bombshell. He says Dr. Collins, the big boss at NIH, was chatting up one of the paper's authors before it was even published. So much for independent research, right? Dr. Wan tried to play it cool, saying scientists talk all the time, but Hawley wasn't buying it. Here's where it gets really interesting. Hawley suggested that maybe, just maybe, the NIH was so against the lab leak theory because they were funding some pretty sketchy research in Wuhan. We're talking gain-of-function stuff, basically supercharging viruses. Dr. Wan denied it, but Hawley kept pressing. Things got heated fast. Hawley accused the NIH of straight-up lying to the American people and even trying to censor anyone who brought up the lab leak idea. He talked about scientists losing their jobs and people getting kicked off social media for just asking questions. Dr. Wan denied any censorship, but Hawley was on fire. By the end, Hawley was practically yelling. He couldn't believe Dr. Wan was sticking to her story. He called her out for what he saw as a total lack of credibility. It was like watching a courtroom drama unfold right there in the Senate.
Let me come back to my original question. Why was your office so intent on shutting down any talk about this being involved with a lab? Why? I don't understand it. Why the hysteria?
So, Senator Hawley, I will say that my understanding of the situation is that no one at NIH, including Dr. Collins, Dr. Fauci, myself, ever suggested that there wasn't the possibility that a virus had escaped from a lab.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I think that
let me just stop you right there. I cannot have these lies just continue to be told over and over again. Sorry, and wrong. That's false.
All right, guys, that was intense. We've got NIH officials potentially covering up the origins of a global pandemic, scientists being silenced, and a senator on the warpath for answers. This hearing might just be the tip of the iceberg. What do you think? Is there more to the lab leak theory than we've been told? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest political bombshells, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay curious with Capitol Insights.